Welcome to a new installment of Social Wavelength Conversations brought to you by socialwavelength.com. Join us for a chat full of rich digital and social media insights from the industry. Let's connect with our hosts Sanjay Mehta and Mihir Karkare for an exciting foray into the world of social media.
Welcome to Social Wavelength Conversations. In this new episode, we are going to talk about can social media be an effective B2B marketing tool? Sanjay?
Hi. So yet one more episode, and this time let's focus on the B2B side. Perception-wise, it is felt that a large consumer base, a B2C model makes it perfect for getting into a social media, have a big Facebook page, lots of fans, lots of followers, and do some fun stuff, engagement, activities, etc. So one thing that, if you're a B2C brand, highly consumer facing, then social media is perfect for you. But whether it is good enough or there any opportunity for a B2B business at all has always been a question. And as you know, our experience, in fact, working with a whole lot of B2B brands, in fact tells us that if anything, social media is more effective for B2B brands than even B2C brands, right?
Right. No, absolutely. I think so. We've had a lot of experience working with the biggest names that you can think of in B2B, and time after time we've seen that we can add clear value, and they can add clear value to their business using social media. Why do you think? Why do you think marketers and B2B companies don't do enough on social?
Right, because I think the most sort of, if I may use the word, the glamorous looking front of social media is like a Facebook, and then you think that people come to Facebook for seeing pictures and talking to friends and having some contests and games and all, and what's a B2B brand got to do in that kind of space? So that's the perception just held them back. But the reality is like this. So at the outset, since as a B2B company, you have a very small, relatively much smaller and very defined target audience, for you to go into traditional media, whether it's television or print or whatever, definitely involves a lot of wastage unless your target group has a very focused publication or something, and you say, I'm a paint company and I need to go, or rather I'm a chemical company looking to reach a paint industry, and here's a paint industry magazine which all my clients are looking for, and I need to just advertise there. That's fine. But the whole host of B2B businesses do not have that luxury of having a very, very specific and focused media vehicle in a traditional media. And so either they don't do too much of proactive marketing except maybe direct marketing, mailers and all that, or they end up doing it and having a huge amount of wastage. They'll put an ad in a major newspaper or something like that. Obviously there is a huge wastage, but they feel that they need to market. So first of all, the fact that traditional media is not that attractive for B2B is a compelling reason to look elsewhere. And in that elsewhere, digital and social media does come up and for examination, and as you get into it, you realize that there is a tremendous opportunity of using that social media, especially for a B2B brand.
Right. No, absolutely. In fact, I think B2B, the actual sale that happens in B2B is even more about a person-to-person connection than in B2C.
Right.
In B2C, you are buying, if you're buying a consumer product, say an FMCG product, there is almost no person-to-person connection, right?
Correct.
There is a brand that you're used to, which is your favorite ice cream brand, and you go buy that ice cream. But when it comes to B2B, it is so important that, the entire set, there's like a set of relationships that get formed, both on, the entire team, sales team, say at the seller side and at the buyer side, the entire the business team, the procurement team. So it's even more about people-to-people connections, which is where I think, social media can be so powerful because you can connect with those people on a one-on-one basis. You can find out what those people are thinking and saying just by observing what they do on social media. I think it's just I would tend to be on the side which says that if anything, it might be more powerful for B2B companies than for B2C.
Absolutely. Our experience says that I remember very early days of our existence as Social Wavelength, and while we got large television clients and others, and I remember a classic case at once. For one of the leading television channels, we had added 1 million followers in those days on Facebook, 1 million fans, and they were like not even very excited. Like, what's 1 million for us? We are there. And at the same time, we were working with this financial software company, which was selling that software piece to large financial companies, stockbrokers, and others. And in a quarter, we had got them 40 leads, 40 leads. And they were super excited. For them, probably that was worth a few years of our service fees in an equivalent way, because out of those 40, if even 2 or 3 converted, that was going to be worth their while. And so that's the whole point, that you really do not need tens of thousands or millions of conversions for a B2B. You got a few of them, and it can be simply fantastic value. Now, so if we get into actually the detail about how does it really happen, so like if I were to kind of classify the pieces of the puzzle for B2B, one is that this whole enablement, as you mentioned, of reaching the right audience. So you do not want to spread yourself. You want to reach very, very focused, very specific audience. So through social media and through tools like LinkedIn and other effective professional tools, you are able to reach the right audience. So that's one. Second part is that as a B2B company, how are you marketing yourself, right? So say like in that case, the guy was a financial software services company, and there may be several like that. So the only real difference that they need to create in their client's mind is that what is the differential value they are bringing in? How are they different? Because like say, like again going back to a chemical company, that you're a chemical company and another is a chemical company. So finally, is it all about just finally a price or some other terms differential? Then you don't need any marketing. All you need is just price management or term management. But the reality is that you need to find a way to differentiate yourself. Maybe you understand that industry better than others. Maybe your service levels are higher, or your experience in working on certain kinds of projects in that space is different. How would you bring that out? You will bring them out through content. It's not a brochure. It's maybe storytelling. It's maybe ways to share experiences, share case studies, share anecdotes which you had with your clients. So bringing that out, and again, that's the right format is somewhere on social media, whether it's a blog, whether it's a video on YouTube or whatever it is. And in doing so, what you're actually creating in this space is a kind of thought leadership. Right. If all of you and all your competitors start doing that, again, it'll be back to square one. But we realize that B2B companies are not going that fast. So if you in your field are the one who stands out and does it, just for that reason, you're perceived to be the one who's making a difference, who has more stories to tell, who has more wisdom to offer. And in that sense, you become kind of a thought leader. And that's your beginning. And then there are, finer extensions to this. But so summarizing, like there is a way to find the audience, tell your stories which differentiate your offering from those of your competitors, and kind of assume a positioning of thought leader. And that's a great start to a B2B marketing effort.
Right. So I that's a great this thing actually. So when I think of B2B, I think one of the things that has to happen, like you said, if everybody starts doing it, then it's back to square one. So right from the outset, I think it will be important for that brand to know what their voice is, in the sense that who are they going to be? Are they going to be the pragmatist's choice and then everything revolves around that, or are they going to be the people who are going to give you the cutting edge solution, and then build the entire social media and content piece around that? I think that will really help.
And that's not so much about your social media facade, as more it is about who you are. Right. I mean, in your space, really, how are you actually distinguishing yourself? So you can't say that on social media I'll come out looking like a cutting edge company, which in fact, if you're not, then you're not going to make an impact. So you got to be real. And obviously, if you are in business, you are competitive, you are there and doing business and making growth, you have something to offer which others don't, and you've got to bring that out essentially.
Right.
And the extension part is that, so I mentioned casually LinkedIn, and we do believe that for a B2B business, LinkedIn is one of the best platforms to go. And besides having a page of your company and you're putting out the occasional status updates on LinkedIn, the couple of other things worth doing there is using LinkedIn as a publishing platform. So maybe in the voice of your CEO or a marketing person or something,
right,
putting out content which almost look like blogs is very useful. It travels a lot, it reaches the right people. Connected to this is the acquisition that LinkedIn did in the form of SlideShare, which is also a LinkedIn product, but sits independently in the form of presentation tool, so where you load your presentations. Again, really low-hanging fruit, gets a lot of search, reaches again the right audience because they're searching for information there, and your presentations get discovered there. But beyond that, there is also the space of the groups. LinkedIn has a whole lot of groups, so there could be groups where your customers, your clients are conversing, and that's where you go and not talk your brand and your product. That's not the place to go and advertise. You might be very tempted that, all my clients are there, maybe I should just tell them
right,
how great my product is. But add value to a conversation which is happening there.
right,
Add value in the form of wisdom, saying that, here's how we do it, this is the thing which we implement. In doing so, you get visibility for yourself. The next thing you typically find is people who are on the group click on your name, look up your profile, and probably send you a lead, an inquiry. And you're running and you're getting value out of it.
right. So you have that party analogy, right? If somebody goes to a party and starts giving out business cards, he's going to put off everybody else in the party. But if he has interesting conversations, while people are leaving, they'll probably ask him, how do I get in touch with you? I think that's your analogy. Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. So, there's a party or, getting membership to some exclusive club, and you see all these people sitting there where you complete your prospects.
And you see, your eyes become dollar signs or rupee signs.
And first thing you want to do is to go and distribute your business cards, and the second thing which will happen is that the committee will meet and say how to reverse your membership. Right. So you definitely don't want to do that. But
right,
on the other hand, go and sit with them, have a drink, have a cup of coffee, and next thing you'll probably end up doing business anyway. So that's how it is. Yeah.
So Sanjay, in closing, if there's a B2B marketer watching, and hopefully there's a lot, what's the one thing they should do that's going to add a lot of value to their plans?
I think A is to genuinely be convinced that social media is a vehicle for you, and which immediately leads to an investment of time, effort, energy. So it's not something which happens by the way. It could be seriously your fundamental vehicle for marketing, and then because you get convinced that yes, it could be, so then you go and do your LinkedIn profiles, and create a strategy, create content, create stories, create anecdotes, maybe create nice infographics which you can share, create video content, and the works, recognizing that it's reaching absolutely the perfect target audience which you want to reach. Would you not invest your time, effort, energy if you had a chance to address all your clients in one room? That's the opportunity you have here.
Right, got it. Great. So we have a lot of case studies and data available with us. So about B2B. So anybody interested, please write to us. We'll be happy to share that. Thanks. That's it for today. Looking forward to feedback and questions.
Thank you.